Hey guys, Harsh here, back in the video. So today I have a special video for you guys, and in this video I'll be comparing the Mercedes car from Bburago. So this is the Mercedes 12E which they ran in the 2021 season, and here we have the Mercedes W13E which they ran in the 2022 season. As you know that if you have watched my previous video, that Bburago have greatly improved their car qualities. So in this video first I will compare the design between the two cars, how the design have changed, and also how the livery has changed them. As you can see, they have gone back to the silver livery for 2022, but obviously in 2023 they have reverted back to the black livery. And as of filming this video, the Monaco Grand Prix has happened for the 2023 season, and they have also put in the side pods there, so it would be good to see how they look once the model come out. So as you can see, this is the 12E performance. So let's just quickly take it out of its packaging, and here it is. As you can see, very nice in its acrylic case, and this is from Valtteri Bottas bearing the number 77, and this one is from Lewis Hamilton bearing number 44. And they also come in their so simple cardboard packaging, so you can get that as well, but that would mean that it comes without the driver's helmet, so just keep that in mind. So let's just quickly take them out of their respective cases and take a closer look at them. So as you can see right off the bat, you can see there is a huge difference in the design of the Formula 1 cars for the 2022 season because of the rules and regulation changes. So I think they are a bit shorter in length. I'm not sure. I will just quickly measure them as well. But mainly the details on the 2022 cars have been greatly improved coming from the 2021 season. So I will go on each of the detail one by one. So let's just quickly unscrew them and take a closer look at them. Now, as I've said that the details are greatly improved, so let me just show you in what areas I have seen it. So if we take a look at the 2023 version, you can see that the inside of the front wing is now labeled. So we can see the INS logo there is quite clearly visible, and it is a sticker, by the way, so don't get your hopes too high because the sticker could wear off and eventually fall off from the car, and you won't be able to find any other replacement for it. And in the 2021 you can see that it is not there at all. It's just a simple black sort of thing. And coming to the structural changes, you can see how different the front wing is actually to the both the seasons, and you can see that from the front axle how far the front wing goes to the end there. So I think I like the 2 version rather than the 21 version. So now moving on to the suspension, the 22 version looks a lot neater in sort of looking in a far away, and that is because you cannot see the front axle of the vehicle. You can see it is only at the underneath that you can see the front axle, and on the 21 version we can see the front axle from the top, so it does not look very nice though. And as you can see, the front suspension could be a lot more detailed, but it is not. As we compare it to the 22 version, it looks good. There still could be improvement, but if we compare them both side by side, then I would say the 22 version looks better than the 21 version. The sponsors are almost the same for both the cars with few changes. Now if we talk about the wheels, as you know that they have gone from 16 to 18 inches. So as you can see, the wheel is quite large in the 22 version as compared to the 21 version, and if you look at from the side there, then you can also see how small and how big the wheel are. And one more thing here you have noticed is the tire compound change. So till the 21 season, the Bburago in all their vehicles have the medium compound tire, but from 22 season for some reason they have switched to different types of compounds of tire. So here you can see we have the white wall tire, which is hard compound tire. There I have the Ferrari, which had the yellow wall, that means they are medium tires, and there we have the McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo with soft tire. So it is quite nice to see that Bburago has finally moved on to different tire compounds, because the white tire on the Mercedes looks really good, and it is actually quite easy to remove. So let me just show you. You can just pull it off just like so. So as you can see, the tire now comes off, and you can put this tire in any of your cars, the 22 version car. So I have put this on my Ferrari, and let me tell you, just the lettering on the Ferrari is white, and with the white wall tire, that car just looks absolutely amazing. So if you have any spare white tires or you want to swap them out from the Mercedes to your Ferrari, I will just tell you to go ahead and do it without any second thoughts, because that looks absolutely amazing. So let me just put it back together quickly. And now comes the second detail, which is the inside of the tire. So this year the inside of tire is also painted in the same tire compound, which was absent in literally every Formula 1 car the Bburago has ever produced. So as you can see in this version, it is not present there. So this is actually a very huge detail that they have missed, but gladly they have fixed it for their 2022 season, and it does add a very nice detail to the car itself. Now if you talk about the side pods or the barge board area, then I think because of the design changes, and earlier the teams used to have these sort of barge boards and complicated aerodynamics parts, but right now these are ground effect cars, so they now have these sort of scoops that scoops the air and create ground effect somehow. I don't know how they create, so it is a lot simpler now in actual car as well. So I think this, as I've said before, the job of the car makers are a lot easier now because they don't have to and mold these small complicated parts rather than just molding a single black piece that goes all the way to the back. So the measure of the quality cannot be determined here because there are some significant changes going on. And as per the helmet detail, I mean, they are both pretty spot on, so I'm guessing they didn't change anything, but I guess they didn't have to in the first place. So now one more detail in the halo here is you can see that how the halo is placed onto the car body, and let me just try to show you how it is. So if I increase the brightness, then you can see there is a huge gap between the halo and the car body. So this is sort of called a fitment error. So this is the word I just made up. So the parts don't fit together perfectly, and I think the Mugello Special Ferrari with the SF1000 livery is the perfect example. Their mirrors aren't placed in their right spot and they are skewed a bit. So Bburago has done that mistake in many cars, but if you look at the 2022 version, you can see it is absolutely flush with the car body. Their fitment error, I think, is they are trying hard to fix them, but it is still exists. So as you can see, the halo is moving a bit from the car body. So if I were to, I will just use some super glue and just press it down on the car body, but still a huge improvement from last year's car with the giant gap and now with some minute gaps. Now one more design change you can observe is at the back. So earlier we have the funniest livery from Mercedes, which was the copy and pasting of AMG logos everywhere, and they have replaced it with their Mercedes logo. So the star is now copy pasted with different sizes on the car body, and honestly speaking, I quite really like this livery because of how the AMG is written, and rather than the stars, because obviously they look like stars and I don't like stars. And this goes for both the side, as you can see. Although the 22 version looks a lot simpler now, and the 21 version looks a bit more complicated, so that is one of the main reason why I like the 21 cars, because they look a bit boxy in shape, you can say, and the 22 version looks a bit round, which I don't like in cars. I like boxy cars, so that's why I was slightly against the rule changes that they have implemented, but I mean, what can we do about it? Now moving to the DRS system, you can see the hydraulic thing that attaches to the back wing is not there present, and in the 22 version it is placed quite perfectly, I think, but it should be a down more bit, but still it is a nice detail that they have added. And also if you look closely, you can see the back wing is given a nice carbon fiber finish look to it, and in the 21 version you can see it is just a simple black plastic with the paint job of the Petronas logo there. So nice carbon fiber finish look all over the body it is given, so that looks pretty nice. Also on the front wing I have missed it. So as you can see on the front wing of the 21 version, there is no sort of carbon fiber finish given to it, and if you look at the 22 version, you can see this exists all the way to the front wing, and for the price I think that's okay. Now if you look at the back side of the car, you can see we are still missing the back LEDs on both the vehicles, so maybe this could be improved on the next year's cars. And if you look at the exhaust pipe there, you can see that the exhaust pipe is a simple black stub sticking out, but in the 22 version you can see there is actually a hole which is not that much deep, but still gives a really nice look to the exhaust. So they have improved the exhaust quality as well, and obviously the diffuser just isn't there because of the design changes, so can't compare with that one either. And if you look at the back suspension, you can see it is quite an improvement from last year as well. So as you can see, this is the last year suspension. It is just lazy work, I guess, but for the 22 season this is quite nice. And one more thing to note here is that right now the full body is made out of metal. So from front wing, from the nose, we will go all the way to the back, and only this red thing over here, the Ineos logo, the front intake, is made out of plastic. And if you look at the 21 season car, Then if you look at the cut over here, which is going from the top all the way to the back, here you can see on both the sides. So this whole portion is made out of plastic and rest of the body is made out of metal. So they have included more metal in the diecast model. That's how it should be. So they are moving in the right direction, upgrading their cars constantly, adding new wheels to their car design, which really looks good, and adding rivets for some reason to the front wing. And I don't know for what reason they did that, but it is what it is. So thanks for this video, guys. Hopefully you like this comparison. If you want me to compare any other cars, just let me know. I have all sorts of car. As you can see, I have the special Red Bull car over there. Then I have all the Bburago 22 season cars, and I think Alfa Romeo is missing from here, but it is somewhere in my storage, so I will put that out in my next video. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Hopefully you like it. If you have any doubts or comments, you can obviously comment down below, and I will see you all in the next one.